these wolves are from the park.
You have a history of being like a wolf.
Yeah, I'm what you would call the alpha wolf. That bites Scott McCall and turns him into the teen wolf.
So it's
yes.
Yeah, I control all the wolves.
So it's interesting that you wouldn't do that when we were shooting.
You know, it's funny. It just sort of slipped my mind.
Why don't you go saddle up Mr. Dutton's horse?
Who's gonna ride him?
You are.
You guys remember Finn Little?
Dude, not so little anymore.
Not so little anymore. We got on set this year, and he was walking around doing stuff, and I was like, "Who's that? Who's the new guy?"
It's Carter.
People are like, "Dude,
Yeah.
that's Finn." I'm like, "Nah, that's not Finn. He's grown 6 inches."
At least, yeah.
Yeah, and he doesn't look like the same person. He's got a face like yours, chiseled, and he's like a young man now.
What happened to your face? What happened to yours?
You saw the original Finn Little. I say the original, but like
The OG?
the
OGFL?
OG, yeah, the OG one. You know, just kind of quiet and non-assuming. And then there's this one who's tall and self-assured.
Quit growing.
Why?
Because it freaks me out. Hell, kid, you only do this 15 times a day.
I know, I just don't do it for myself.
Carter, he's given the responsibility of saddling JD's horse.
Right.
And of course, tragedy strikes. A little game I'd like to play. Would you or wouldn't you? Would you like the responsibility of saddling and riding JD's horse?
Saddle another one.
No.
Absolutely not.
Yes, they're all racehorses. Would you or wouldn't you take John Dutton's helicopter for a ride?
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Oh.
Absolutely, I would. Sit in John Dutton's seat at the head of the dining room table.
Yeah, I would do it.
Absolutely not.
Not a chance.
Don't you dare.
Would you ever babysit JD's grandson, Tate?
Now can I have ice cream?
One more bite.
No.
Yeah, Breck and Merrill's cool.
Tate.
Tate's cool too.
Yeah, children, no, I wouldn't. That's not.
Yeah,
that's
I don't
not for me.
I don't want that responsibility.
Hey!
Would you ever wear JD's chaps?
Hell, I think those used to be mine.
No. First of all, we can't even fit. Like,
Pretty big chaps to fill. Metaphorically.
Yeah, I don't think you need to put on another man's pants. I'm gonna say a negative on that one. Would you ever sleep in the king master bed in the Grand Mansion?
but what would be the point of that?
Bro, in the bunkhouse, we sleep in bunk beds like that, man.
Right, but like,
I guess
there's so many other rooms to do that. So like, you would have
lot
to
of
have a
rooms in that house.
specific reason to go and sleep in that
I can
bed.
think of a circumstance where the potential consequences are acceptable.
And what's that
So
circumstance?
wait. So like, just to be clear.
Sorry, what's that circumstance?
Okay, we'll just crank it down a notch for you two
that's not
weenies. Sit in his special seat on the front porch
Special seat.
where you could get caught. You know,
Morning.
that'd be like going up to Kevin at work. You know how we have our cast chairs? I mean, like, hey, Kev, do you mind if I just sit in your chair? Whose chair would you never sit in without asking?
Cole Hauser.
You leave now, or you never leave.
I would never sit in Kelly's chair.
Never.
That would be so rude.
Yeah. I would
Yeah.
never sit in a
about yours?
chair. Chairs are for lazy people.
You're sitting in one now.
Oh, shit. Who put this under me?
You're in my prison now, and if you ever forget it, I'll put you in a real one.
Whose prison would you rather be in? Beth's prison?
Or the States.
The state's prison?
You're in prison.
Yeah.
That's obviously a no-brainer. My biggest fear in the world is confinement. It's
But what do you
torture.
think the best prison is going to be? You think it's going to be?
Yeah, freedom. You're running around doing shit. You're around with
I
Beth.
would probably take my chances with Beth.
Please, 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 please.
Beth can be incredibly cruel and vindictive. Generally speaking, people who piss off Beth don't last very long.
Right.
Jamie's lasted longer than anybody. Over the last, 4 seasons, we've seen Beth basically torturing Jamie.
You need to go easy on your brother.
I can't do that.
Has Jimmy ever been imprisoned or
Jimmy's
confined?
been in prison
Wait, all my family's dead or in prison?
actual prison.
Did he?
Jimmy's luckily never been on screen at the same time as Beth. You had the bunkhouse scene.
I should have known it was you.
She's great when she's not in that world.
For sure. As soon as you walk in the bunkhouse, you get dismantled. Like all of your guns fall out at your, you're just like.
And Rip is there. And having Rip
so
there.
everything's different because she can turn around on a dime and just be like, "You, come here," and then blow up your life.
This is your one chance to leave me alone with your self-esteem intact.
You know, she says such mean things. I am not
exactly
secure in myself.
Look at you with your cat teeth and your spray tan. Get out of my office.
Yellowstone doesn't have like a on-barn therapist that,
An OBT?
that the bunkhouse
I put that in the
can just go
suggestion
into.
box.
Yeah.
Like
It's funny they haven't gotten
years
back to
ago.
us. Yeah, they should have that.
It's the shame that hurts the most, you know?
3, 2, 1.
There's a sort of very important plot this year about these wolves that have wandered onto the Yellowstone Ranch from the Yellowstone National Park.
Wolves.
We find dead livestock. The initial assumption is it's got to be wolves. Go get them.
Let me call Casey. Let's get a state hunter out here.
We ain't going to Casey with all the shit he's dealing with.
Colby and I, we go out with these thermal imaging telescopes, and we kill them.
These wolves have Facebook pages. People walk around in t-shirts with their pictures on them.
It's bad. And then to have it done on the governors, it's just a mess. So we shot him over several days. It was a great dynamic, I think, between you, me, and Cole. We accomplish it, and then we meet up again, and he's like, "You shitheads."
Why in the hell did you shoot the ones with the collars?
And I'm like, "Told ya." It was a very neat
Yeah, I think it's fun.
3 nights for us.
Yeah,
and then
it's
the
fun.
4th was the disposal.
You guys should have brought Jimmy along, because if Jimmy was there, he simply would have missed.
Or just scared them away.
Give me a rifle.
I thought you said you were gonna grab the rifle.
To be out there and kind of like be submersed in that gear, whatever scopes that
Yeah.
I'm like, dude.
That was fun.
It's also kind of creepy because you're like, dude, you see everything pretty clearly.
These were like military grade. You can literally see the heat coming from a person in the dark of night, 600 yards away.
So you've got your actor wolves that are trained, and then apparently they had to sort of be very careful because there were also actual wild wolves in the vicinity.
They're about 60% North American gray wool mixed with, some other canine. A real wolf would be uncontrollable, and their backs are about this big. They're monsters. They're not like even how we picture real wolves are ferocious. They also get very skittish around the dummy wolves, and as horses do
with dummy
horses.
It's like how I get skittish around that cardboard cutout of me.